What in the world was Sean Payton thinking going for it on 4th and 8 at the end of the game?
I don't think we're going to punt it, and I felt strongly, I had to play. And, we knew they would be in a cover zero look. I want to see the protection, and we got the look we were expecting. We'll see the film, but, I've got plenty of confidence in the distance relative to the kick. But the way we're playing defensively, you have to look at, the quickest way for them to take the ball 64 yards would be, a scoop and score, and I didn't want that to happen. So we had a lot of time to think about it. I felt real good about a call. And when you have a call you like, we just we're close.
Felt like we had a good play. We were going to max protect it. We knew they were going to be in zero. We kind of had that play for a situation like zero, and they just brought the house. They brought everybody, and it's hard. You don't have enough guys to block them, but you hopefully have enough time to buy some time, and probably just a few inches higher, Marvin goes out there and catches it, and Court was probably open as well. When I go back and look at it, he probably ran a good route, was open. It's just tough for them to cover crossers like that in a zero situation, and sometimes you hit them, sometimes you don't, and that when coach was aggressive, and next time we'll hit it.
When Bo watches the film back, he is definitely going to see a pretty wide open Cortland Sutton that would have put the nail in the coffin to this game and given Bo Nix his biggest play on the day. And Bo Nix certainly did struggle. 2 interceptions, 1 fumble. He never fumbled. It's been years since Bo Nix fumbled, but despite 4 turnovers, count them, 4 turnovers, the Broncos still won. That's the first time the Broncos have won a game with 4 turnovers since January of 2016. You know what they did a month later? They won the Super Bowl. So that is an encouraging sign that even when the offense struggles, even with special team struggles, the Broncos were still able to win this game thanks to 2 things. First is the running game. It got going in the second half. J.K. Dobbins had a 19-yard touchdown run. 2 plays before, it was R.J. Harvey going 50 yards down the field. And the real reason the Broncos won this game is that defense. Just like Super Bowl 50's defense, which was absolutely dominant, that's what the Broncos defense was in their debut in 2015, and a big credit to new Bronco Talanoa Hufanga, who led the team in tackles, had a forced fumble, and was rocking Bo Nix's shirt after the game. This defense was filthy. They gave up 133 yards in the game. The Titans had 131 total penalty yards. Think about that. That's how good the Broncos defense was, and it got better. Just like a nice fine wine gets better as it ages. In the second half, the Broncos held the Titans to -2 net yards in the second half. -2 net yards. That is insane. And a big reason why is because of the Broncos' highest paid defensive player in Bronco history, Nik Bonitto. Had a career high 9 pressures. That's right, fresh off signing that deal, he goes out and has his arguably best game as a pass rusher. He also had 2 tackles for a loss in the run game, was an absolute monster, and then added a sack on top of that. Nik Bonitto was the guy that everyone was talking about after the game.
I mean, sure, as long as I know he's on the field, I'm very confident. I mean, his ability to disrupt games, his ability to affect the quarterback and change the whole situation of the game, man, I think it's pretty special and rare. With a guy with his structure, it's just unbelievable the things that he could do. How he bend around the edge, how he generates pressures. I just sit back in awe and, just sit back and watch him go to work. I always say it makes my job easier. I be thinking in my head like it's a certain play clock. So I be thinking, what if it's 1 or 2 seconds, he's going to get there somehow. So, Nik Bonitto, that's the type of player he is. So.
While Nik Bonitto had a career game, one person that's going to want to forget about this game is Bo Nix. Those 2 interceptions, that 1 strip sack for a fumble, only getting 20 points on the board, and tons of help from his defense. While you might be worried about Bo, you shouldn't be. Sean Payton put those worries to rest after the game.
I thought he hung in there, he battled, made some critical plays for us in the second half. And so obviously he'll be disappointed with the turnovers, but it was a gutsy performance, and we got and it's pretty usual week 1, a lot of different looks maybe that you hadn't seen normally or scouted normally for relative to their coverages. But, yeah, overall, his job is to lead us to scores. I thought he played real well in the second half, and we won the game.